The Chicago Bears just defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 27-3. I am joined by Kevin and Stevo. We're here to break it all down. Can somebody hit that little intro for me? I'll never be able to hit it. You know, Stevo. We gonna get it to y'all right after this. As soon as he hit it.
Oh.
In 1 second.
Bro, they flipped it. Restream, stop flipping shit.
Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
Oh man, you know how we do it over here, man. Shout out to the fam. So an impressive victory. Not so impressive early for the offense. Caleb Williams ended 6 of 13, 75 yards. He ran a touchdown in, no touchdowns in the air, no interceptions. Tyson Bagent went 7 of 8, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns thrown. Brett Rippin went 3 of 4, 53 yards. What do we think about the quarterback player today?
I mean, so for me, it was less about Caleb Williams, even though I want to see more from him. And it was a little bit more about Shane Waldron. Like a lot of those plays to start the game, it just wasn't really like 3 straight pass plays to begin the game, not one run play on the first 3 and out. And then the second 3 and out, you had one run play that went for like 1 yard. A couple of times where they could have called like a different set, especially on a screen pass that they threw. Like I didn't see any slants, anything towards the middle of the field until they got that last 2-minute drill from Caleb Williams to get the score. But so it's a combination of quarterback play and play calling that kind of led me to believe that the Bears left a little bit on the field today.
What do you think of before Stevo goes? What do you think of the rest of the guys and Brett Rippin and Tyson Bagent?
Oh yeah, I mean, like these guys are fighting to see who's going to be the number 2, and both of them are doing everything that they can. Tyson Bagent outshined Brett Rippin today. Brett Rippin outshined him in the Hall of Fame game.
Yep.
It just is what it is. Those guys are just trying to see who's going to be number 2 and 3. I like what I saw from both of those guys, but Bagent had the edge today. He looked good. He threw some passes that were downfield. That's not something that we're expecting, not expecting, but something that we're used to seeing from Tyson Bagent is him using that middle of the field. Good for Tyson Bagent, though. I know that he was feeling that heat.
Yeah. Steve-O?
Yeah, I think much to what Kev said, like the play calling in the first quarter was much to be desired. A little shaky. Also, a little bit of shakiness in the second quarter when it comes to play calls. But I just like that they was allowed to work themselves through it with the quarterback as well as the offensive coordinator. Because, first time with each other, first time with them learning and going through some stressful moments, some irritating moments. We've seen out there that that Caleb was getting like he was like physically frustrated. You see it all over his face, and I like that he was able to work through it. And even after those bad throws and some of those misreads, he still came out there, made some solid passes, made a pass downfield that was almost to the house, but they call it a PI, which was from Tyler Scott. And then Houdini'd his way into the end zone.
Houdini.
Straight Houdini'd his way to the end zone.
The pass to Rome was solid, and the catch by Rome was solid too.
It was. What about the other guys, Tyson and
Tyson? He knew his job was in jeopardy, especially with the uptick in Brett Rippin in the first preseason game and Hall of Fame game, and Austin did his thing in that Bills game. So he knew that his job wasn't safe, and he had to show that he could push the ball downfield, and that's what he did today, coming away with 2 touchdowns in the air.
Yeah. Okay. Overall, pretty good quarterback play today. Let's move on to the running backs. Kind of interesting way the numbers went today. I'm gonna just start off with Ian Willer. He only had 2 carries for 4 yards today, y'all. Velus Jones, 6 carries, 13 yards. And Khalil Herbert led everybody with 5 carries for 31 yards. What do you guys think of these numbers? And what do you guys think of
Ian Willer should have got more fucking reps.
Yeah, that's why I was alluding to.
Why the fuck you gonna get this weak bastard 6 goddamn times to run the ball and all you got was 13?
Yeah. I mean, I think the Velus Jones experience has been just tough, and the experiment itself has been tough. They putting this man all over the field, giving him chance after chance. But I wanted to see more from the running backs in general, in terms from like not just Ian, but just period play calling wise. I wanted to see more run plays called, just to see if this the offensive line is similar to how it's been over the last couple of years. You know, top 5, top 10 run offenses, and a lot of it has to do with Justin Fields. You know, breaking contain and getting up out of there and taking care of business. So like, can we still move the pocket, or can we still push the pile and get these guys an opportunity to run? Khalil Herbert looked solid. Like when he had his opportunities, especially when he reversed field, it was solid from him. Travis Homer didn't do much, nor did Velas. Ian should have got some more touches, but they didn't call many run plays at all. Like I didn't like what I saw from the play calling perspective on running the ball, especially on first down.
Yeah,
Especially when it was raining all day.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a weird. I don't like the discrepancy in carries between Wheeler and Velus Jones, but I guess they had a plan coming into it, and we blew them out anyway. So I don't even give a damn. So
Mm-hmm.
let's go out to the receiving before we get to a couple of super chats. I think we got one super chat. We had completed a pass to 12 different receivers today. Dante Pettis is leading the charge with 3 for 53 yards, 2 touchdowns. Roma Duzier with a big one with 45 yarder. You can also add in Tyler Scott pass interference. What do you think of the receivers today, guys?
Yeah, I mean, these guys are gonna have great seasons, whether it's the guy that only catch one pass or the guy that catch 100. It's about to be an interesting season from as long as Caleb Williams stays healthy. It's going to be an interesting season. But again, it comes down to saying Shane Waldron. I know it's the preseason, right? I know it is. But is he going to put these guys in position to lead? Didn't see much from Keenan Allen today. And DJ Moore, was he even out there today?
He was out there.
So,
Yeah, he was out there.
but besides that, the offense was just they didn't really bring much noise into that final drive of the first half. I am glad that the offense had the entire first half to work through some of their kinks, but we're gonna see in the regular season exactly what these guys can do.
Facts.
You seen enough of Rome today,
I
Steve-O?
liked it. That one
Yeah.
catch from Rome was nice, but my bad. Go ahead, Steve-O.
I mean, yeah. Of course, we seen a little bonehead play he made where he could have had a touchdown in the back
Yeah.
of the end zone, which I just think is a rookie mistake. I think you typically forget how much real estate you got, especially in that back pylon area. So,
Yeah.
but more targets today. He had that 45-yard bomb, which we definitely needed. He also had that jet pass toss to the left side, which you got a first down over, showing off that speed. So, yeah, I liked it. And it showed off a little bit more creativity. So I'm expecting to see a little bit more creativity when the season starts.
Y'all see Tyreek Hill made mention of Caleb Williams today on Twitter, if y'all missed that.
Oh,
What do you
really?
say?
What did he
He
say?
said Caleb Williams is nice. Coming of ...
You know what he was trying to say.
Nah.
But let's get a super chat. We had a super chat. Let me get it before we talk about the defense. Super chat is from Mojo. Shout out Mojo. We appreciate you. Tell Haize Bajan is back. Much love, Yaki. Okay, big dog. I ain't finna hate on you. Got it. You got it.
Hey, Tyson Bagent was 7 for 8 with 2 touchdowns
He
today. Like,
was. I can't hate on him.
can't be mad at that. I mean, I'm
You
not a
can't.
Bagent baddie at all, but you want to see your backups. You want to see everybody succeed as long as they have on the orange and blue. It is what it is.
Okay, let's talk about the stars of the show, the defense, and an all strings, first
Avengers.
string, second string, third string. Everybody showed out. Talk about the defense, you guys.
I mean, listen, you didn't see many sacks. You did get a sack from Spider-Man
Got
today.
two sacks today.
Kyler. But he wasn't, on the defensive line or the defensive ends side. He came from the cornerback and got that sack. We did get a couple of takeaways, a fumble recovery and an interception. And you had some batted balls as well. Pause. But these guys took care of business, man. Like everybody was out there fighting for their jobs. And honestly, if you a third stringer on this team, like you got to feel some type of way because everybody's playing well. It's like you're not gonna work your way up because the first string is doing what they're supposed to do, the second string is
Six strings
doing what
to
they're
it.
supposed to do,
You
and the
ain't
third
lying.
string is doing what they're supposed to do. Like
Like
it's like
you got ready coming in getting the 5 tackles today.
right,
You
like
know what I'm saying? He led the
Greg
team.
Strowman came in 5 tackles. Like at the end of the game.
everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like everybody is out there doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's gonna be the strength of this team, especially at the beginning of the season. Like I've said before, I think the defense is gonna lead us to a
That
couple of
culture.
wins. While the offense get their shit together, the defense is gonna be carrying the team.
I think the Flus coaches is officially arrived.
I think
I
so.
think we can say that. And the reason I'm saying that is usually when your starters go out, there's a huge dropout, but you still see some of the same things, the same principles.
Facts.
And there was times where the starters had the hit principle, but the second and third strings didn't have the hit principle. All these motherfuckers got the hidden principle. All
Yeah.
these motherfuckers trying to get turnovers. They trying. You seen when we got that chance to get that fumble, they flew on that ball.
Yeah.
And every time somebody's there to make a tackle, you see nothing but Bears jerseys. So it's starting to show that it took a little time, but that Flus culture is starting to show itself.
Okay, guys. That these guys been nailing it right on the money and all of their analysis. I just want to talk a little bit about Javon Dexter's game today, because it was a little bit of discourse in the chat where they were saying he was a little underwhelming, maybe because they didn't see the flashiest plays. Can y'all tell them how good or how bad Javon Dexter was today?
I mean, we could look at the stats. They can tell you how much, and it helps. Like they literally couldn't run the ball today. The
Couldn't.
most yards they had today, they ran 3 running backs, and nobody got past 30 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like and they got multiple attempts. One had 8, one had 6, one had 8 attempts.
Mhm.
So in a total of 25 attempts from their running backs, they couldn't do shit. And he was the main reason why they couldn't do nothing, because every time it was a run play, all you see was that dude in the middle beating everybody off the line.
And here's the thing: like it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet how effective players are. Like
Yep.
if you force a run back inside, if you force a run outside, depending on the play call, if you making these guys have to think, if you grabbing them but you don't necessarily get the tackle, all that stuff matters in football. So the coaches are gonna sit down and talk to Javon Dexter about how effective he was today. We as fans don't see everything that these players do to help win, to affect winning. It's just the reality of it. So he only had 2 tackles, but what else did he do out there to make sure that the Bears were securely in place to win this game defensively? And it was
He
to make
made
sure that
that.
these
He
go ahead.
just made that A gap not an option today.
Exactly. They couldn't
After's
run
not
his
scared.
direction. They couldn't
Yeah,
run his
yeah.
direction.
Now I want to talk about standouts for this game. Let's go ahead and give us a standout. You could use the same one if you want, but my standout is Kyler Gordon. He came in early in this game and was absolutely a terror. I think he got a sack, a couple of tackles for loss. He was all over the fucking place. My standout is Kyler Gordon. Let's go to Stevo. Who you got out there as a standout today?
Kyler and Badgett.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you got it. That's a good one, Bajent too.
Yeah. Kyler and Bajan and our punter. He had
punter?
he had a few good
He
punts
did
out
have
there
some, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good punt.
to affect field position. And I think people are salty about him
How
being picked.
about how about special teams as a whole? Because
Yes.
that's another thing. Like last year, last 3 years, we was not known as a good special team.
Yes.
And the last few games, we had been pretty good on the special team. So,
But Kyler Gordon is easily the player of the game. 4 tackles, couple of tackles for a loss, a sack. You can't be mad at what he was really fired up to be out there on the field. And again, like, hey, I gotta give credit to the coaching staff as well.
Yeah,
Just in general, like the coaching staff, besides when the first unit offense was out there, you know, but the defense, the coaching staff they coached the defense up. The defense was ready on all phases, every string, first, second, and third.
I want to shout out Jonathan Owens too. He was pretty good today too. Jonathan Owens. Anybody from
Flying all over
offense
the place.
besides Tyson?
No.
Dante Pettis.
Dante
Yeah,
Pettis
I mean,
had a
you got-
solid game.
Gotta give
Dante
50
Pettis.
Pettis.
yards,
Yeah,
3 catches. Yeah.
yeah, Pettis was all right.
Yeah, so it's a great win for Chicago. I don't know who we play next. Who we play next? Next year, it's the last game. I don't
Not sure.
expect any starters to play.
Nah,
Just don't
Chiefs.
expect it. Chiefs, yeah, we're not playing next week.
and
We'll be here
it's
though.
a Thursday night game if
It's
I'm
a
not
Thursday
mistaken.
Yeah,
night
so
game.
it's an early week. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Thursday night game, 7:20 Central.
Well, it's been a great weekend for Chicago Bears football. If my guys ain't got nothing else to add, we gonna be out of here.
Yeah, we
Bears
gotta
got
prepare
the
for
dub.
gotta prepare for this guy game.
Yeah, we got to get ready for this guy game. We appreciate everybody. Chicago up, Bear down, Bears win. FGB for a motherfucking lift.